So I would probably, if I was allowed to, on a university level, I probably would be, and obviously take out the economics, could we afford to, I would try to get them out of the classroom as much as possible, whether physically or mentally. And what I mean by that is mentally, we would be in our apps, doing, creating. I would get the kids out of, if I was in Chapman, California, I would go to local businesses. I would take the 29 kids in class. We'd go to Lou's Pizza Shop and be like, Lou, we're here and we're here to work. What do you need? And I very much believe, I'm so proud of you. I was so thankful that you reached out to me and you're taking us up on this week because you're gonna go be better. You're gonna go back to school and what you're gonna learn this week, you're gonna be better because it's real. This is real. And the classroom is less real. It's less of the market. It just is. And so my answer to your question is, I would force them to do real shit. Like, I would just try to get them to do as much real stuff as much as possible. Like you can watch Gary Vee videos, you can read books, you can pontificate, you can debate, but nothing beats getting thrown out. Like, now I can tell kids about swimming. Okay, so what you want to do, right? I can tell you, we can debate what the best stroke is, but how are you going to be a good swimmer? You're going to throw that kid in the pool. And so I would put the kids in as many real life situations as possible. And I would do it in a couple different ways. One, I would try to use my connections if I was allowed to based on this fantasy world you've created and get them to go to like a Under Armour or a Toyota, see how they think about it. But then I'd also do a competition. The last 3 weeks of the semester, I would say, okay, we're all gonna go to the farmer's market. You all have 3 weeks to figure out what you're gonna sell in the farmer's market, and then all you can use is digital for the whole 3 weeks leading up to it, and then whoever sells the most fruit wins. And so like, try to get them into that kind of mentality, because I think that matters. I'm very scared, Professor, of 8th place trophies. I'm very scared of rewarding people for success that isn't real. We would have the fruit and vegetable farmer's market competition, and then the next day in class, I would say, unbelievable job, Sally. And I would say, Elliot, you suck. Like, you are a loser. You sold $8 in radishes, and let's break down why you sucked. I mean, your Instagram was boring. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. Like, your radishes look like shit, so let's start with the biggest thesis, which is no marketing fixes crap product. So these are the things that we would go through.
When Nike launches something, it's a big deal.
What we're sharing here today with you represents a critical part of the future of our company.
I'd like to introduce to you the new Nike Plus Fuel Band.
It keeps track on your wrist and in your hand.
St. Stacy Nystack?
There's not one single product.
Make It Count was a movie about seizing the moment, grabbing life by the balls. I made that movie for Nike because that's an idea I believe in. Now, the Fuel Band, our motivation for the movie, keeps track of how you make it count. But back when the movie was made, it hadn't been released yet. I wasn't actually wearing a Fuel Band. But I have one now. So I thought I'd revisit the idea.
You see how it's communicating with the people?
So what this thing does is...
This is not the first one.
Motorcycles in Vietnam. Jet skiing in Doha. So much wind in Amsterdam. We missed the train, but the adventure doesn't begin until something goes wrong. We were always moving, always the stairs, never the escalators.
I like it.
don't know who said it, but it goes, without a goal, you can't score. You see, it's not a bungee cord, it's a static line.
Oh
rope.
my god, he's gonna jump. Oh shit!
We bought our tickets at the airport, we planned nothing. Because when nothing's for sure, anything can happen.
See that this is an ad. That tells about.
I'm Casey Neistat, and I'm a filmmaker. I make all kinds of films. I've made some feature films, some television, but my favorite genre, my favorite style of films is short movies for the internet. The internet is my favorite place to post my work because it's kind of a free, democratized, accessible distribution platform. Creatively, having that, instead of having to have someone approve it or somebody else sign off on your work, has opened up the doors for an entirely new genre of filmmaking. Maybe like 10 years ago, when I was really just making movies to share them with my friends, I made one movie in particular where my iPod stopped working and Apple refused to fix it. And I made a little 3-minute video about that. And I posted it on the internet, and it went viral in the hugest way, and this was 3 years before YouTube was out. And kind of overnight, I went from someone who made videos to share with my friends to someone who made a video that was seen by millions of people. And I think maybe I didn't realize it then, but certainly that moment was a really kind of transitional, transformative moment in my career, because I realized making movies was a way of sharing ideas and sharing my perspectives with people that I otherwise might not ever have the opportunity to interact with. When I look back at my career, I see all of these tangents, and the tangents that have always yielded success were the ones where there was no established path, no defined route for me to take, but I went down it anyways. And through that kind of exploration, I always discovered something new. And those new things, those new entities, whether they be movies or ideas or things in my personal life, have always proven to be the most rewarding for me. The things that excite me the most right now is this new kind of filmmaking. These movies that are made by one person and their one person's perspective, sharing a singular idea. And that's exciting to me because it's something that has never existed before. And I think that most people don't, in the traditional film sense, don't really know where that fits in. But to me, it's just kind of a really true form of storytelling. I've never been a huge gearhead. I've never been much of a tech head. The majority of my HBO series is shot on $150 point-and-shoot cameras and edited in iMovie. It's the hard work that's behind it, it's the stories behind it that I think matter. There are two rules that I always adhere to, and that is to work hard and be brave. And I think the essence of hard work is one that's pretty straightforward, is that you'll never be the best looking, you'll never be the tallest, most talented, most capable, you'll never have the most money. There will always be someone who's better at whatever you're doing than you are. But you can always be the hardest working person in the room. And I think the hardest working person will always win. Life shrinks and expands in direct proportion to one's willingness to take on risk. And I think when it comes to exploring, the act of exploration is the act of assuming risk. The greater risk taker is the greater explorer.
At National Geographic, we know there are no limits to where and what you can explore. That's why we're giving away a $50,000 prize to fund your dream expedition. Visit expeditiongranted.com to learn more.
Given 5 stacks of high society, what would you explore? High society is 10 grand, right? Anybody here play poker?
Welcome to the Apple Care Service. have an iPod that I bought about 18 months ago, and the battery is dead on it. I was wondering what I should do.
Put the battery dead on the iPod?
That's correct.
The only way you...
For longer than an hour.
Okay. If the battery, how long is it? How old is it?
About 18 months old.
18 months? Okay, it's past a year, which basically means for, there'll be a charge of $255 plus a mailing fee to send it to us to refurb it, to correct it. But at that price, you might as well go get a new one.
Apple doesn't offer.
No.
Apple doesn't offer